Welcome back. So today's video I think that I'm going to start on is works in progress. So this is a list that I have where I have listed all the works in progress that I have for the most part. I actually need to go back and edit a few of these. And they're numbered 1 through 20. And I think what I'm going to do, because as previously mentioned, I have pretty severe ADHD and I hate doing one thing for too long unless I'm like hyper focused on it. So I think every day I'm going to roll a d20 and that's what I'm going to work on for that day. And as things get finished, because some of these wouldn't take that long. Yeah. But like as things get finished, I'll go from a d20 to a d12 to a d10 to a d8. And the goal is to not start any new projects, although I'm sure I probably will. But that's the goal, and I'll kind of take you through all of the projects that I have, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so here is my list, and there is already one thing I know I need to change, because I don't have this checkered bag on here. So I need to replace one of the socks, I think, with the checkered bag. And then anytime I roll a sock, maybe I'll roll an individual dice to pick which sock I work on, because I think I have 3 socks on here. 4 socks. Anyway, so the first one is a Musselburgh hat. It's a knit hat, and it's in rainbow colors, I think. It's a leftover from an advent. You'll see these as I roll them. The next I have 1 sock already, but I started a perfect fit sock. Just a vanilla sock, but it's using the perfect fit formula by Nitty Natty. She has a class that I took on it. It was really cool. Number 3 is a temperature blanket I started for my daughter, and that one's a whole mess because I don't think I have all of the yarn to actually do it. The 4th one is the Tendreil Sweater. It's a really cool sweater. It's got little lightning bolts on it. I think it's the Knit Pearl Girl. I could be wrong about that. The 4th is called the Lasse Sweater. It's a sweater I started for my husband that I cannot motivate myself to work on. 6 is a Hexagon cardigan that I'm mostly done with. I just have to do the trim. 7, I have like 3 bandanas that I've started that I need to finish. 8, I have a knit cowl I need to work on. Number 9 is the Coliseum top. 10, I have a star shawl that I need to finish. 11 is a scrappy thing that I started. It's the jelly roll blanket using my scraps. Yeah. 11 is the Coziest Memories blanket, which is another scrappy project. 13 is a top that I started that I kind of made up as I went along that uses the pineapple stitch, so I just call it the pineapple top. 14 is another pair of socks. It's an advent sock, self-striping sock that I started. 15 is a scarf, which is another kind of interesting one because I think some of the yarn is messed up. We will see. 16, well, maybe I haven't started a granny bag, so maybe I can get rid of 16 and put my checkered bag. But 16 is a granny bag. I guess I did start it, but I don't want to do it. I think I'll just use the granny squares I have as coasters. 17 is a random sock that I started. 18 is a pair of Valentine's Day socks that I started 2 years ago. 13 is a little fairy house jar cover, so you can crochet a little thing around a jar and then it looks, yeah. And then 20 is I get to pick. So let's see what we want to do for today. Tendreil Sweater. The Tendreil Sweater is by the Knit Pearl Girl, and most of her samples of it in her pattern are solid colors, but this is fun fact about this yarn. I'm going to talk about this yarn before I show it to you. So this is the first hand-dyed yarn I ever purchased, and I had no clue what I was buying. 0 clue. But it showed up as an ad on Facebook, and I loved this yarn so much. So it's actually from Bad Sheep Yarn, and I have since bought so much yarn from Bad Sheep Yarn. But this is their Rainbows and Airwaves colorway. Look at how pretty. So the Tendreil Sweater is cool. It has these little lightning bolts on the shoulders. I don't know if you can see those very well. with this variegated yarn, they're kind of subtle, which I'm not mad about, but I have all of that done and I'm just on the body. Maybe I'll move this stitch marker. Progress keeper, my little fox with some hot chocolate. But yeah, so this is what I'm working on today, and maybe I'll do it for more than one day, because I feel like one day is not a lot, and maybe I should make it a time thing. I have to work on it for like 3 hours, and I'll just like time it as I go, not consecutively, but like, I don't know, I'll think about that. But I'm gonna get started on working on this today after I eat breakfast. But yeah, she's pretty. And I think I have plenty of yarn in here. Well, I have one ball, but I know where the rest of this yarn is. It's actually in here somewhere. So this is today's project. And I think I'll keep a tally next to the projects, or maybe on a different page of the numbers, just to see how often I rolled something. Because I'm also trying to decide, should I let them repeat? Like if I rolled 4 2 times in a row, would I just keep working on this? I don't know. We'll see. But this is project number 1. So I realized I didn't say too much about this pattern or project, but this is a DK weight sweater, and it has a really cool split hem option that I want to do. I don't know exactly how long I want it. So we've got a good few inches already, but I'll have to measure that in a minute. I don't think I'm close to splitting for the hem yet. I might stick with the 1 project per day thing, and then if I have more time that day than another day, so be it. So I think I'm only gonna work on this for today, and then I'm gonna roll for a different project tomorrow. That's my current goal. But I mean, I think I've done 7 rounds. This is my little progress keeper. It's a snail that's a peach. From Simply Serving on Etsy, but this is how much I've done so far. It is the dawn of the second day. I didn't get a ton done yesterday on this, but I think it's improvement. I mean, I got like an inch or 2. So that much. Not bad. I think I'm gonna roll something different today, and then we'll see what today's project is. I should have plenty of time because I have to go do laundry, which means I have to go to a laundromat. So I'm gonna roll for a new thing today, and we'll see what I have to do. I have a lot more bandanas started than I had thought. This one is completely done. I just need to weave in the ends. One end. This one's already like crocheted over. So into the chicken bag it goes. I love this bag. It's by The Wandering Pearl. She has a YouTube channel here. I will link her Etsy shop because I have 2 of these bags and I use this as a purse. And these 2 I'm not sure what I want to do with because I don't think I have enough yarn. I might. All this one needs is the 2 little ties on it. I'll see if I have enough, and if I have enough for this one, I should have enough for the next one. which is the same peaches and cream stripes, but it's the blue one. I vastly prefer how this one's turning out, but if there's not enough, I might combine these two to make some, because I feel like that would look better. Or stripe it with like a cream colored. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to bring those today, and I think I'm going to grab one more color of the cotton yarn, just in case. I also need to go back and remember what size hook I use for those. On second thought, I'm going to roll for a second works in progress to bring two, because I don't think those bandanas are going to take me the whole time. And I'm trying to finish things, not start new things. Let's roll for a second one. Well, I found the socks that I started, and here's the first one. This was, I'm in the Love and Stitches membership, and this was a, like, exclusive dyed yarn for them from, I think, the Little Wolf Knits. But this is the first sock. The problem is, I don't have needles with it. And I don't have any, like, size 1 needles, which I think is weird, because where are they? So I'm gonna roll again, because I don't have needles for this, and I'm going to order, well, I have like 9-inch circulars, but I never do the cuffs on 9-inch circulars because they are just like super stretched out. I don't know why that is, but I'm not trying to pick up these stitches, and it's also a lot longer of a cuff. So I'm gonna roll again, and I'm gonna order some size 1 needles so I can do magic loop, because don't know what happened there. Oh well. Okay, I know I have this one, so this one's easy at least. This is in this bag, and this is my Ren Fair bag because I'd stick all my pins on it.
Maybe with that, it's daddy's wearing a big red rock. Big red rock. Is that gold? Let's go with you.
Ta-da!
Yes.
Mm.
Thanks.
Yeah, so this was an advent from Moonglow, and I made a big anthology throw, and then I made a magic knot ball with all of the scraps, and then I just put another just plain gray scrap with it. Sorry, he's loud. So I think this is a Bad Sheep yarn. Don't remember the name of it though. But I also have a scrap of, are these the same colors? This might be darker. If it's black from a black yarn from them, it is black jeans, but I don't know what the gray is. Is this these size 1 needles? No, they're size 2. These are interchangeables. Thought I was about to be able to do socks, but nope. So I'm gonna grab this, and I'll take it. I'm just getting tied up here, but this will go in my chicken bag with my bandanas. My little s'more cat. I might change him out for one, but I don't know. S'more cat's kind of cute. We'll see. And we'll see how much I get done on those today. And yeah, if I finish the bandanas and I get a decent amount of work done on that one, I think I might switch tomorrow still. We'll see. It's a little cupcake. I love how in the first video I was like, yeah, I'm gonna film videos and it's gonna help me keep my house more organized, and then it's like recycling, salt that needs to go back, honey that needs to go somewhere, pot holder. This is clean. My husband uses to drink water. That's his fault. It's just sitting there. That needs to go in the dishwasher. I think that's also recycling. Anyway, we have like 4 finished bandanas now. That's cool. I finished this blue one, which is I think is my favorite. Kind of neat. This was actually the first one we finished. I finished. I'm on the fence about this one because this big chunk of like white cream, meh. And then we've got this green. And ow, this green. Yeah, I had to get blood drawn today, so I am now tired, and I have an entire half gallon of Gatorade. I'm probably not going to drink all of this, but I need to drink some of it because I'm dehydrated. But yeah, that's what we did with those. And I mean, I'm still kind of chugging along on this, but I've done a little bit on my hat. Not bad. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna knit on this, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos and drink this Gatorade. I'm gonna tell my husband to take the recycling out because I'm dizzy. Alright, that's it. Okay, so I finished everything yesterday. I finished all 4 of the bandanas that I had started, and I finished the Musselburgh hat. I've heard the name of that pattern pronounced so many ways. Berg as in like city, borough as in like like Edinburgh or whatever the city is. So I don't know how to pronounce it, but I just said Musselburgh. I don't know. That hat. I hung it up to dry last night, and I flipped it over this morning because I hung it like on a hanger because I want it to be a little bit longer and narrower. So it is currently hanging outside, and I will try it on for you in a little bit. But I rolled last night, and I got the Coziest Memories blanket. So this is my scrappy blanket basket. And the Coziest Memories is the mitered square blanket. Oh, this is the jelly roll blanket. And this is where things go after they go in the Coziest Memories. This is my first attempt at the Coziest Memories, and then I decided a fingering weight blanket was going to be miserable and not very cozy. So I have been holding it double. And this is how far I've gotten. So, yeah. So I'm in the middle of a square, and I don't exactly remember how to do these, so I'm gonna have to look it up. And I know I also changed it a little bit. I'm pretty sure you decrease the middle, but I don't remember if it's directly by the middle or if you leave a stitch. Yeah, and I was slipping stitches at the end to give it like a sort of a border. I saw that on the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. But yeah, these are all from projects. These are the contrast blast socks right here. I guess this is the front. These two are. And then this is a fade from Dye Mad Yarns. It was the Great Lakes collection. And so I have my lace and fade boxy sweater that I made is in this. So I have one more color of its fade, this navy color after this blue. And then I think I'm going to start my, putting my Stephen West M Cowl leftovers in it, because I have quite a few of those. So I think after that, I'm going to put these 4 in. This was from the Geo Gradient shawl. And, well, maybe I'll do this first, although I don't have the white from it. It was before the Geo Gradient. The very first Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. I have these 2, but I had a white. I'm not sure. I think I might have used it. It might be in... I have another WIP that's not even on this list. Okay, I have a brioche hat somewhere. It may not be in here. It may be in storage. If it's in storage, I'm not counting it, because I have quite a few WIPs in storage that are just haunting me from afar. But, so... I might hold off on these until I know if I have that last yarn to go with it, because I want to kind of keep them all together, like, as projects. So I'm going to finish the lace and fade boxy on this, and then I'll put in these 4 from the Stephen West M Cowl. I keep forgetting the name of it. The Geo Gradient. And then I have the 2 colors that I use from this year, so I'll just go ahead and throw those in. I don't really care if they're in order. So I have 4, 5, 6. Oh. Actually, I think this goes with it and not this. I'll figure out which of these yarns is the right one. So actually, yeah. So this is the Geo Gradient colors. Yeah. And I will grab this year's colors, and I have a few other things because I also made a I made the slip extravaganza, and so I have all the colors that I use for that, so I could throw those in there. So yeah, I have at least 10 that I can throw in today, and I'm gonna look around to see if I can find that other hat and add it to the list, because I thought if I was gonna make this a series, I would do it as with like the dice. So I'm gonna do my D20 list until I don't need a D20 anymore, which this would be a long video, because it would be, I would have to finish 8 of these projects in order to go down to a D12. So we'll see. Maybe I'll split D20 up into 4 finished projects and 4 finished projects. But right now I have kind of 2 finished projects. I'm gonna replace, I think, the Perfect Fit socks with the hat, if I could find it, if it's in here, just because I just shouldn't be buying extra needles right now, and I don't know what happened to my size 1 needles. So, there's that. But I'm going to see if I can remind myself how this pattern works, and we'll do this today. Fun. And I'll show you the hat in a little bit. Okay, so I haven't done much knitting on my Cozy Memories blanket because one of my friends actually ordered 3 bucket hats from me. So I started one, and then I had to go find the yarn for one of them, which I found one yarn, but I need to find a second one. She wants pink and lavender stripes for it. Here, let me show you. Here's the seam. So like, this is the pink. I just went to Walmart. Peaches and cream. And I have some purples, but I really need a lavender, and I don't think I have a lavender color. So me and my daughter, I'm sitting in the parking lot to get her from school. We're gonna go to Hobby Lobby after this. Yeah. But I've got a few minutes, so I'm gonna actually knit on my Cozy Memories thing. Yeah. is the finished hat. But this is one side of it.
Mommy, get back and put this back in my work.
What are you talking about, kid? And this is
So put this back in my work.
the other way, which kind of makes me think of like sunsets, purples and or sunrises. I don't know which one, but if you've never seen a Musselburgh or however you say it hat before, it's just a big long tube. I had no plan. This is how it turned out, and I like it. I'm editing this video, and I just realized that I rolled a 7. I didn't roll a 5 that day. So, oops. Good morning. Day 4. So we didn't get a ton done yesterday. I finished this one. I did all of this one, then I started the next one. So now wait, this is how many squares we have. But I rolled today already. And I got the Lasse Sweater, which I'll show you in just a second. But one of the main reasons I didn't get a ton done yesterday is because I got an order for some bucket hats. So I started those. Very cute. It's for my friend and her. 3 kids, 2 kids, 3 kids. Yeah, so this is the first one. I basically just need to finish this round and then do single crochets. And then I'm going to do an all red one. I have more of this, but an all red one. This one's gonna be really cute. It's like a lavender and a pink. Very cute. So I'll work on those today, but I'm also gonna work on this sweater. So this is a sweater from my husband, and it's called the Lasse Sweater. At least I think that's how you say it. It's from a book called Viking Knits. I was looking for a very specific style of sweater for my husband, and I couldn't find just a normal pattern anywhere. So I actually found a book on Amazon, and Lasse is the author of this book. And this is actually his like favorite sweater or something. Or there are like Halloween temporary tattoos in this bag. Random. But this is in a yarn from Bad Sheep Wool. This is how much I have done on it. It's like a half rib or something. Every other row is a knit one, purl one. But it is in the colorway Rooibos. Rooibos tea? Or is it just Rooibos? I know, but it's this kind of darkish burnt orange color. And it feels really good. It's super squishy. I'm actually holding 2 yarns double because I started this a long time ago, and I wasn't as familiar with like yarn weights and such, and it didn't list a yarn weight, it just listed a yarn in the pattern. So I went and found that yarn, but the entire page was in, I think, Norwegian, and I got frustrated and I just like guessed. So I originally ordered a DK weight yarn. Coda, can you not, buddy? Over here chewing on his feet. I originally ordered a DK weight yarn, and then I swatched and it was nowhere close. So then I ordered a fingering weight, and now I'm holding these two together to get gauge. So I think it's a worsted weight sweater. But yeah, so I doubled the yarn that I purchased for it, which it's a hand-dyed yarn. It was pretty expensive. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I should have just seen if I could return it. I don't know, and got the worsted weight. That would have made more sense, but I just really wanted to make him a sweater. And this was 2 or 3 years ago. So obviously I'm not doing a great job at making him this sweater. I know that the book is in the camper. I just don't know where. So, but I know the body pattern, and my husband's, he's not a small guy, he's not a big guy. he's not like super tall, but he's like wide. He's a broad man. So I know for a fact that I have a lot more of just this to knit on, and I doubt I get past that today. I'm actually basing most of the sizes off of another sweater that he has that he likes, but it is this kind of like ribbed waffly kind of pattern. It's like every other row is a knit, I don't know what it's called, but the real thing about this pattern that he liked is it has like on a v-neck where it like folds. If I find the book I'll show you today, but it looks nice. So and this feels amazing. It's so squishy. So I have a progress keeper on here somewhere. Oh, I don't know why it's all the way down there, my little D20, but I'll move it up here or I'll pick a new one. And I know this one I had, this is kind of a joke. In the Air Force, my husband was a bioenvironmental engineer, which is like hazmat type stuff. And so they were called bees, and so he hated it. So I used the bee stitch marker just to be mean. So, or not stitch marker, well, yeah, I guess it's a stitch marker. So this is my little bee, and I'm gonna pick a stitch marker and move the one that's all the way down here. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's how much I did last time I worked on it. We'll see. But I'm gonna work on this some today. I'm gonna finish up a hat, maybe start the second one. And a Navi. Ma'am. Bye. Creatures. Coda's over here being a lump. But yeah, I'm gonna work on some of this. I'm gonna drink my tea. And I'll catch you later. Kitty cat. Okay. So you might have seen I actually rolled the same thing, so I'm gonna just keep working on this sweater today. So I think what I'm gonna do is, this is how much I did yesterday. It's a decent amount, and I've got about 4 more inches on the body before I can split for the like top and back, because this is a bottom up sweater. So I think I'm gonna put a new stitch marker in just so I can see like how much I did yesterday and then how much I get done today. On top of that, I do have an order for some hats, so I've been working on those, and I have 2 out of 3 of those done. So I have this one blue bucket hat and this really cute like pink and lavender bucket hat. I use 2 different hook sizes because one is for like a 2-year-old and one is for like a, he's like 6. And then I have one more. So this is the last one, and it's just a solid red one. So I'll probably finish this today at some point, and then I'm gonna keep working on this sweater. And I think I said yesterday, this is the Lasse Sweater, and it's from a book that I found on Amazon called Viking Knits, and I found the book. So I was looking for a sweater that had this style of like collar, neck, and I couldn't find one just like on Ravelry or Etsy. They probably exist, I just at the time couldn't find one, and for whatever reason when I was searching, this book popped up and this was the cover. And that's like the exact kind of sweater that I was looking for. And so this is actually the author of this book. And this is it's a really nice book. It's got quite a few like really pretty sweaters in it. I haven't made any of them, but like, I don't know if you can see, like this one is really cute. But a lot of like good sweaters for like men in here, but he does have a lot of like the female kind of equivalent, which is cool, and even like some kid ones too. So if you want to knit your family all matching sweaters, it's a good book. Now granted, I haven't finished this pattern to know like what the rest of it is like, but so far it's been pretty simple and pretty good, other than like not knowing what size yarn I was looking for, but that was probably just me not knowing what I was looking for in the first place. But yep, I'm gonna work on some of those things today. And we'll see how far I get. I really hope that I can end up splitting for the sleeves, although I might block it before I do that because I'm afraid this is 100% superwash merino. I'm afraid it's gonna grow a ton and it's gonna be almost too big. I don't know, we'll see. I just realized I've had these headphones on this whole time. I'm watching YouTube videos, but I'm gonna work on this. We'll see how it goes. I found my size 1 needles. They're just in this random bag with stitch markers. That makes no sense. Not even. So this is where I started yesterday, and I got up to here, and then I also split for the front and the back, and I got a little bit there, and then I would have probably gotten more done on this, but I ran out of one of my balls of yarn and my kids were already asleep, so that's what I got on that. That's fun. I need to find another skein of that yarn and wind it up and everything. And the other thing that I did yesterday is I almost finished this red bucket hat. I actually ran out of yarn on the last row of just like single crochets. So I have like a half a row. It's very frustrating. So now I need to go get another ball of that, and I hope it matches. We'll see. But I rolled today, as you will have seen. We have another project that I can probably finish today because it's mostly done. So, how well you'll be able to see this. This is the Sacred Peaks cowl, and I'm not exactly following the pattern because I didn't have enough of this brown yarn. But I'm hoping it looks better when it's blocked, but you can't really tell. It's like trees, and these are both, this was a scrap from a cowl that I made for my husband, and it was a hand spun alpaca. I didn't hand spin it, but I bought it from someone who does hand spinning. And then this green was from a local farm, and I'm pretty sure it's machine spun, but it's this really pretty green color, and I think it's BFL. But I love this color. A lot of things that I have made are in this color. But the pattern actually repeats on the other side. There's like a little star, and then the trees come from the top too, but I didn't have enough of this brown, so I'm just doing it on the bottom of the cowl. So I have a few more rows probably of stockinette, and then I just have to put that ribbing on the bottom too, which is a short ribbing. So I should probably get that done pretty fast, and then I'll just roll for another project. So this is a Hexagon cardigan. It is mostly done. Just gotta finish this. Cool, project number 2 done. So I just had to finish this border, and this is just a linen stitch, moss stitch, and then I also did a little bit along the sleeves. I did fully submerge this to block it, because I really wanted it to grow, because I was kind of lacking on some of the yarn, which is why I had to add this in at the bottom. And the sleeves were also just the tiniest bit short, but it is now out in the sun. I have it on some blocking mats. This is, it's 2 different yarns actually. I alternated these 2. They're both Bad Sheep yarns, and they're from their Flopsy sale, which is just like things that they messed up on or that didn't turn out how they wanted. And I just picked pinks and reds, and I got these 2 colors, and they're super pretty together. And then I held this yarn double. I think it was actually a Bad Sheep yarn fingering weight, and then like a yarnable skein. Ooh. But, so this is DK weight held single, and this is fingering held double. But yeah, I'm hoping that it at least gets mostly dry sitting out here. I'll probably come out in about an hour and flip it over. I've got a few more hours of sun. But yeah, this is for my mom, actually. I tried to squeeze as much of the water out as I could, and it's still pretty damp. So we'll see how dry it gets. Yay. Okay, so I've finished both of the things that I've rolled today, and the last one that I just did was I got to pick. So I'm actually going to work on the pineapple top, as I have it labeled there. It's just a little top, and then it goes round and around, and this is the pineapple stitch. So you can kind of see the little pineapples. But yeah, I just need to add like another repeat or 2 of this to make it a little longer, and then it cinches in the front. But I need to figure out which row I was on for it, and then just pick it back up and finish it real quick. And then maybe I can have 3 finished objects in one day. That would be top notch. Yeah. Cool. It took me 7 days to realize that my phone had a cinematic video mode, so blur your background. Now you can't see my dirty dishes. I assure you they're there. So it's been a very Monday. My face is breaking out. I was late waking up. My alarm didn't go off. But I did go to the chiropractor, and that was super nice. So I didn't re-roll this morning. I just continued working on the top from yesterday, mainly because I realized last night I did like almost a whole like 10 round repeat, and then I realized I made a mistake on like the first round. So I pulled it all out. I redid it because it's not one of those things you can fudge. But I think it's done. And I think this will stretch some. I'll try it on for you guys in just a second. But it is kind of a tank top, halter top thing, and this is the bottom. It's just a pineapple stitch, and it'll be easier to see when I try it on. But I think it's cool. I think it's very summery. It'll be cute with some shorts or high-waisted pants. I'll probably wear a tank top underneath it. We shall see. But this is like the first thing that I obviously just didn't like design it myself, but it was one of the things that I like kind of free-handed, I guess. I had to look up what the pineapple stitch like repeats were. There's a bad guy. Oh no, it's Batman or Ninja Turtles. I don't know what he's watching. It's one of those 2. But yeah, I'm gonna try this on, see how it fits, see if I like it, if it's long enough, all that jazz. But yeah, another finished thing. I also finished all 3 of these bucket hats that I was making. I finally finished the red one. I went to Walmart today and got one more thing of red yarn just to do the last row of single crochets, which was annoying. But yeah, my friend ordered these. I'm gonna mail them out today when I go pick up my daughter for school. And now that I have red cotton yarn, I kind of want to make those mirror hangers, and I want to do like the mushrooms and the cherries and stuff. I think those would be cute. But I'm going to roll for a new project today, and then I'm going to start working on that. And today's the last day of this, I think. And then I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna work on what I want, and then I might come back to this next week. Yeah. Cool. I think it turned out pretty cute. It was a little bit too booby for me without a tank top. I did try it, but yeah. I don't know that I love the halter part because it really will dig into my neck some. So I'm wondering if I can redo it to be to where it goes like how the tank top that I'm wearing goes. Yeah, but cute. Let me know what you think. Again? Jeez. I wound my new cake for the Lasse sweater. I've looked at the pattern a little bit more, and dogs. The sun is killing me. I've looked at the pattern a little bit more, and it's not exactly user-friendly. It's more of like a recipe than a full-fledged pattern, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure it does. Oof. But like, it doesn't go row by row. It's more of like a knit this for this many centimeters, and you don't have a ton of like stitch counts to go off of. The sleeves are knit by themselves, like from the cuff up, but then it doesn't really say anything about sewing them on. And it's just like some of the wording's just a little bit confusing. Like if this was the first time I was trying to knit a sweater, it would not be going so well. But I guess since I do kind of have that foundation of knowledge, it's I guess, oh, cars. Since I do kind of have that foundation of knowledge for how sweaters are knit, I think I can figure it out. At least I'm hoping. I am a little worried, but we will see. Right now I'm just knitting on the back, and then I have to knit a few, it's like the same texture on the back as the body, and then you have a few inches of garter stitch, and then you have like 2 strips on either side for like the shoulders, and it gives you a certain amount of stitches to bind off for the neck, but I don't know, we'll see. yeah. Okay, so our first week of rolling for works in progress is done. I finished a lot of things. I actually didn't expect to finish this many things. Not even close. So I'm just going to kind of recap, show you everything that we've got done, and tell you my plans and if I liked it. So, honorable mentions, the 3 bucket hats that I made, started and made this week for an order. They're cute. I'm mailing these today. Then we have all the bandanas we finished that were in varying states of finishing. I think this one just needed the straps, but little solid picot bandana. This one I think was the one that I ended up doing the most work on, just like a dark green grainy one. This one literally I just had to weave the ends in. A lighter green. And this one I had to finish some of the body. I think this one's my favorite. I like the blue. I think it's pretty. So there's that. There's the hat that I'm wearing. Very comfy, very cozy. I'm wearing it and it's not cold at all. My hair is not great this morning. Next, my cowl with little trees in the border. I'm on the fence as to how I feel about it. Like, the green is soft, but the brown color that I used it's not super soft and it's a little itchy on my neck. But I think if I were like maybe not a turtleneck, but something to keep it off of like this skin, it would work. But it's cute. I like it. I think it'll be very like Ren fair if it's cold. Let's see. The pineapple top. This I had to do a few more repeats of one more repeat of the pineapple. Very cute. My Hexagon cardigan. My mom's Hexagon cardigan because I'm giving it to her. Love how this turned out. It's very pretty. It blocked out really nice. It did take 24 hours to dry. I love how the sleeves are. And it did grow a little bit, which is good because it needed to. I just had the edging on this to finish. And then I added a few on the cuffs as well. Love this. And I think that's all I finished, but I did get a lot of work done on a few things. The least of which I finished a square and I added a square on my Cozy Memories blanket. Not too crazy. Our first day, I did an inch or so on the Tendreil Sweater. I'll probably work on this one some today, now that I get to pick again. And then I think the work in progress that I didn't finish but made the most progress on was the Lasse Sweater for my husband. Oof. So I kept all the stitch markers on there because I rolled it 3 times. Wild. So this was the first day. This was the second day, and part of the front too. And then I didn't do a lot last night, but this right here is what I did last night. So, a decent amount of progress. I split for the front and back. I did a decent amount, a few inches at least, on the back. Yeah. This is where it splits. So, yeah, I'm happy with that progress. I'll keep working on this eventually, but I do want to take a little bit of a break from it. So my thoughts. I think this was really good. I made me kind of just finish these things that were so close to being done. Or that I just hadn't picked up in a while to kind of like refresh myself on and work through. Yeah, I think I'm going to redo the list. There's a pair of socks that I might frog just because I don't really like how they fit, I don't think. And I think I'm going to put all of my scrappy projects together. So that is my plan. But I think this is fun. I think I'll do it again. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching, if you did. Yeah, this is fun. We'll see if I put a different spin on it next time. But let me know if you like this. Let me know if you have any suggestions. And I'll see you next time.